fighting has been getting a ton of updates lately, especially this week, so I figured I'd summarize this month's update in one video. The video will cover 3 parts: new remodels for some fighters, the new UI system, and other updates. I don't usually make these kind of update videos, but I wanted to give a shout out to the devs for all the effort they've put into the game. It's pretty impressive how far they've come, especially with all the community support over the months. It's heartwarming to see such a loyal community in a game. Anyways, let's begin the update recap. On February 23, 2025, the remodeling of some fighters was added to fighting. And I have to say, some of these changes are awesome as hell. They changed 4 of the default skins: Biograph, Katana, Hyperlaser, and Subspace. Not only that, but 3 of the fighters received some skin tone changes, namely Banhammer, Katana, and Skateboard. Apparently. They've also remodeled so many skins that I can't even list them all, but I'll go over them later. Biograph did received a lot of changes. The only changes they made were adding depth to his robotic body and some nice orange neon glow. The same applies to Hyperlaser. The only changes he got are some nice sick J's and a longer gun. In fact, the whole Blackrock trio didn't receive the massive redesign, with Subspace's new model being the only one that had a massive glow up from his last design. They added depth to his clothing, small yet interesting details to his avatar, and a different facial expression. One of my friends pointed out that he looks constipated, and now I'm sharing that pain with you all. As for Katana, aside from his skin tone change, his design has massively improved. He now holds a saya to carry his weapon, and his outfit has far better details, adding depth like the rest of the redesigns. So with the recent remodeling of some fighters, a new UI system has been introduced. These new UIs are super helpful for some fighters and greatly improve their quality of life. The fighters that got these changes are Biograph, Hyperlaser, Shuriken, and Medkit. They even updated Skateboard's UI to work like an actual speedometer now. I've got to say, these new UI changes are fantastic and make reloading so much easier, especially since it now shows an animation indicating how long your reload speed is. Biograph's UI now shows his blink charges and his echo execution lock-on duration around the crosshair. It's now in line with the rest of the melee fighters who have unique UIs. Hyperlaser probably has the best UI. It displays the remaining ammunition around the crosshair and the buff bullet in blue when using Voltic Phase or Eviscerating Ray. Medkit's UI is the simplest. It shows the remaining ammunition and his crystallized cooldown around the crosshair. Although I do miss the old diamond-shaped UI design. And for Shuriken, holy inferno, his UI is ridiculous. It shows all 15 Shurikens around the crosshair. I mean, look at it! This ironically helps Shuriken players when shooting, but then again, this is a fighter who relies on flanking, and this is their UI. I love it so much. As for Skateboard, it didn't exactly get a new UI. The speedometer now works properly and slowly turns red when it nears or exceeds a speed of 30 for long enough. That's right, Fighting has another collaboration, this time with the game Block Tales. This collaboration introduced a brand new skin called Griefer Space. To obtain this skin, players need to speak to its NPC, who can be found next to a green car by the Luigi's car building, costing 50k bucks. This skin depicts Subspace as an altered version of the Block Tales character Griefer, featuring his iconic neon green jacket and vines overtaking his arm instead of the typical Subspace corruption. I have to say, out of all the skins, this one may be my new favorite. This skin introduces new particle and sound effects, a new models for his strip mines, wonderful animations, and changes to his dialogue. These particle effects and sound effects for Griefer Space reference Blocktail's Demo 2 and Demo 3's sound and particle effects, with his Mist Rush sound effect being the ghost potion that the player uses. The Tripmine models is actually a double reference, showcasing the Venom Shank sword from the game and the old retro 2010 design of the subspace Tripmine. This serves as a direct callback to the Blocktails timeline, which is set in 2010. Speaking of 2010, Griefer Space animation is based on Blocktail's stop-motion animation, making him look choppy. And no, this is not my game lagging. To top off this skin, his dialogue has been changed to sound like and resemble Griefer Space dialogue from the game, adding even more character to this skin. I really like this skin. It's not just a collaboration skin, it's also a collaboration with my other favorite Roblox game. Now we just have to wait for Blocktails to reference fighting as part of their end of the collaboration. I wonder what that reference will be. Yeah, imagine like one of the NPCs like, have you seen our warden? He's pretty impressive. He fights crime with a blindfold on.
Banhammer, is that you?
Banhammer, is that you? You might have noticed the background footage I'm using, and it's not your typical fighting map. Welcome to Zuka's Warehouse. This is a dedicated training room where players can test out and experiment with the game's limitless potential. There's so much to discover, and I think the best way to experience it is to check it out for yourself. Seeing this training room finally make it into the game fills me with joy, especially because it's such a great resource for new players. Before you dive in and explore, here are some few things you should know. First, let's talk about the color-coded dummies. The green dummies are your allies. If you're playing as a healer, these dummies are super useful. They let you measure how much healing you provide to your teammates. Up next are the red dummies. These represent enemies, and you can attack them to see how much damage each fighter deals. Finally, we have the yellow dummies. These dummies demonstrate the concept of armor, which is essentially invincibility. The higher the percentage of armor, the less damage you take. The color shades of these dummies indicate how much armor each one has, making it easy to understand the mechanics. That's all for Zuka's Warehouse. Of course, there's still so much I didn't show, but I want new players and even older players returning to the game to have the chance to explore and discover all the amazing updates that the fighting devs have brought to the table. Honestly, these updates are really great. Even though most of them are patch notes, game development takes time and effort. So I want to thank the devs and the lovely fighting community for staying so loyal. I'm really excited to see what the devs will bring in the next big update. But hey, we have a Profuse to look forward to. Yeah, like there. Like
We're gonna put on the caster personalities and pretend to be Valk and Dom.
yeah, wait, that's so good.